So we read in our gospel reading today, as Jesus went ashore, he saw a great crowd, and he had compassion for them, because they were like sheep without a shepherd. The people were leaderless. King Herod was carousing with his cronies, winking at pretty girls and beheading prophets. The religious authorities in Jerusalem were slowly but surely killing everyone's souls through petty obsessiveness with rules and regulations. The people of Jesus' day had terrible shepherds, terrible leaders. And against this appalling backdrop comes one whom the people at last can truly follow. Jesus himself, the young prophet, teacher, and healer, whose prime motive, Mark tells us, is compassion. Compassion is about not ignoring people and pleasing yourself, like Herod. Nor is it about killing people with harsh legalism, like Caiaphas and his band of crooked priests and lawyers. Compassion is literally suffering with people. Compassion is coming alongside people, entering their world, walking in their shoes. And so Jesus responds to the harassed and helpless crowd by getting stuck in amongst them, teaching them, guiding them, feeding them, healing them. At last, here is a leader, here is a shepherd that the people can follow. I want to ask each and every one of you today a question. How do you see Jesus? Yes, I'll admit he's sometimes hard to understand. Sometimes he seems rather mysterious and unpredictable and enigmatic, maybe particularly in Mark's gospel. But today, we come to the heart of who Jesus truly was and truly is. At the heart of Jesus' identity is, well, a heart. A huge heart that is full of kindness and empathy and willingness to reach out to help and to heal. I'll hear the joke later. As the hymn goes that we've just reflected on, Jesus, thou art all compassion. So we bring Lottie to baptism today. And let us be assured that we place Lottie in the hands of Jesus, who is all compassion, all kindness. Here is one that Lottie can follow throughout her life. Here is one that we can all follow throughout our lives. We place Lottie and we place ourselves afresh in kind and compassionate hands above all. You know, a mantra I have heard throughout this pandemic, and it's so true, is this: be kind. Be kind. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. It was on the lips of our Archdeacon, of all people, at the end of the visitation, the recent visitation service. I've never heard an Archdeacon say, be kind, before. It was a bit of a shock. Just the other day on Radio 4's Thought for the Day, I heard a fantastic Buddhist mantra, which goes like this: if you have the choice between being right and being kind, be kind. And Christianity is just the same, if not more so, because at its heart is a kind and a gentle and a compassionate shepherd king. So let's be kind, just as he is kind. Well, tomorrow is so-called Freedom Day. Do you get the feeling the universe or Mother Nature or God or somebody is screaming at our leaders with a huge megaphone, now that even our health secretary has tested positive, and potentially the whole cabinet now have to self-isolate? So much for freedom. Potentially it's going to be a very divisive time. The latest polls say the population is split once again, as we were a few years ago, 51%, 49%, on whether we go on wearing masks, whether we go on socially distancing. It's going to be very divisive. I can foresee arguments in supermarkets, on buses, in trains, unless, here's an idea, how about being kind? How about being kind? Particularly with those that you don't agree. So if you are a mask wearer, and you carry on being a mask wearer in the weeks to come, don't tut at people who aren't wearing masks. Don't give them nasty looks. We've all done it. Try and be kind. Try and understand things from their point of view. Yes, you might like to keep a bit of a distance, but exercise some kindness. Likewise, if you are not going to be a mask wearer from tomorrow, and you can't wait until tomorrow comes, be kind to those who are still wearing masks, who are still a bit cautious, still a bit anxious. Don't look upon them as stupid because they're still wearing masks. They're wearing masks because they care for you. The only way I can see through the next few days and weeks, quite frankly, is by being kind. And boy, do we need that gift of kindness in our society today and in the coming days. And if you don't know how to be kind, look to Jesus. Look to his example. Pray for his kindness to fill your heart afresh. As we go into next week, many of us, to be honest, are feeling a little bit like that crowd in our gospel reading. A little bit harassed, a little bit helpless, and maybe, yes, lacking good leadership, especially in England. Well, thank God we still have a leader. Our ultimate leader is King Jesus, in whose arms we place Lottie and we place all of our lives afresh today. King Jesus, who will never frustrate or abandon his people. Rather, he will empower them to be kind and compassionate, just as he is kind and compassionate. Amen.